Morning is the purest moment of the day, when the world still drifts gently between dreaming and awakening. The first light softly passes through the window, brushing across your face. In that fragile instant, a silent conversation begins between the part of you that longs for peace and the part already thinking of unfinished tasks, unanswered messages, and the pressures waiting ahead. Have you ever wondered what you say to yourself the moment you open your eyes? Do you whisper, "Today I choose peace"? Or do you let worry pull you away before you even take your first breath of the morning? Most people begin their day in restlessness. Their hand reaches for the phone, their eyes scroll through headlines, and their mind is instantly drawn into stories that do not belong to the present moment. Before the body even feels the rhythm of breath, the mind has already sunk into a stream of endless thoughts. And so the new day begins in a mist instead of light. But if you pause, even for a single heartbeat, and choose to speak to yourself with gentleness and awareness, your entire inner world will shift. Just a few simple words can turn chaos into calm, confusion into clarity. Today, we will walk together through 5 simple yet profound teachings, 5 reminders inspired by the wisdom of the Buddha to help you begin each morning with stillness, peace, and clarity. Calm and clarity are not things that appear by chance, nor are they rewards reserved for a few fortunate people. They are spiritual habits nurtured every day, beginning from the moment you open your eyes and speak to yourself. The Buddha once taught, "The mind precedes all things. The mind is their chief. The mind creates." Every feeling, word, and action throughout the day arises from the seed your mind plants each morning. If that seed is worry, your day will be filled with tension. But if that seed is gratitude, stillness, and understanding, you will walk through the day with peace and wisdom. Every word you speak to yourself carries energy. When you choose to speak with mindfulness, compassion, and understanding, you are planting the roots of peace within your heart. Those roots will blossom into clarity, into trust, and into the ability to see everything through the light of understanding. So, what are the 5 things you should tell yourself each morning? Take a deep breath, release every burden for a moment, and let us begin this journey together. Affirmation number 1. I am grateful for this new day. Every morning is a new beginning. Yet we often forget that simply waking up is already a miracle. When the first light slips through the curtain, when the breath still moves gently within your chest, it is a tender reminder that you still have a chance to live, to love, to learn, and to change. And yet, most of us rush toward the things that must be done, forgetting that just being here in this moment of existence is already a blessing. In the Buddha's teachings, gratitude is the foundation of happiness and mindfulness. When we are grateful, we no longer drown in feelings of lack, in comparison, or in endless desire. We return to the present moment, where we recognize that we already have enough. The Buddha once said, "The one who is grateful lives in happiness, even if only for a single day." Because gratitude does not make life perfect, it makes the heart whole. Try beginning each morning with a small ritual. Before leaving your bed, place your hand over your heart. Take 3 deep breaths and softly say, "I am grateful for another day of life." Feel your breath flowing like a warm stream through your chest, and let that energy spread gently throughout your body. Gratitude is not only for what is pleasant, but also for the challenges. For it is through difficulty that the mind grows stronger and the heart learns patience and compassion. When you begin your day with gratitude, you plant a seed of peace within your heart. And to truly live this day fully, you must learn to let go of what belongs to yesterday. Affirmation number 2. I let go of yesterday. Yesterday has already closed, yet our minds often refuse to close with it. The body has slept, but the mind stays awake, replaying what should have been released. Some memories keep returning. Some old words still make the heart ache. And there are things we wish we could do over again. But no one can move forward if they keep looking back. Each morning is life's invitation, asking us to set down what no longer belongs to the present, so we may step lightly into a new day. In the Buddha's teachings, attachment to the past, called upadana, is one of the deepest roots of suffering. When we cling to what has already passed, we do not just carry memories, we prolong our pain. Imagine wearing a backpack filled with stones, each one a piece of emotion, a wound that has not yet healed. Only when you take it off can you finally breathe freely and walk farther. Letting go is not about forgetting. It is about forgiving yourself. Forgiving the choices that were not right, the words that came out wrong, the moments when you simply did not know better. Take a deep breath in and feel your heart soften. As you breathe out, imagine releasing each regret, each fragment of anger, each bit of heaviness that has clung to your soul. Every morning is a small rebirth, a gift that allows you to begin again without the weight of yesterday. Choose peace instead of attachment, for only when you truly let go will the door to a new day open, clear and gentle. Affirmation number 3. I am calm and in control of my mind. The world outside may be noisy, but the silence within is something you can choose. Every day we are surrounded by countless sounds, the sound of work, of worries, of expectations and disappointments colliding inside the mind. But if you pause for just a single moment, you will see that peace is not the absence of noise. It is the steadiness of a mind that no longer gets carried away by it. The Buddha once taught, "One who masters the mind is freed from all bondage." The mind is the root of all suffering and also the source of every joy. If the mind is restless, the world will feel restless. If the mind is calm, the world will appear gentle. Serenity is not about avoiding or denying emotions, but about the ability to observe them without reacting, to see things as they truly are, without adding or removing anything. Try practicing something small. After you wake up, sit quietly for 1 minute, simply to listen to your breath. When your mind begins to wander, Smile softly and return to your breathing. Each return is an act of mastery. Do not force the mind to be silent. Simply recognize that it is moving, like someone watching ripples spread across the surface of water. The mind is like a lake. The less wind there is, the smoother the water becomes, and only then can it reflect the clear sky above. When your mind returns to stillness, wisdom naturally arises, and from that stillness, compassion begins to bloom. For when the lake is calm, the first reflection you see is the light of kindness. Affirmation number 4. I will respond with kindness. Compassion is not merely an action, it is a living energy, the way you speak, think, and respond to life. Kindness does not begin with the hands, it begins with an intention in the heart. Every word, every glance, every thought that arises from love carries the power to heal. A person with compassion is not one who has never been hurt, but one who has understood pain deeply and no longer wishes for anyone else to carry it. The Buddha once taught, hatred never ceases by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal law. When you choose kindness in a moment of anger, you are choosing freedom. Freedom from impulsive reactions, from the bitterness of emotion, and from the endless cycle of anger and regret. Kindness is the mirror of a peaceful mind, helping you see all things through the light of understanding rather than the shadow of fear. Try beginning each morning with a small intention. Before leaving your home, imagine one kind act you can offer today. It might be a gentle word, a smile to a stranger, or simply choosing not to react harshly to a difficult remark. When you plant a seed of compassion, you not only soften the world around you, but you also soften your own heart. Kindness does not need noise to be seen. It is the quiet stream that flows within, nourishing the soil of your spirit. When compassion arises, its energy spreads outward, making your day lighter and brighter. Kindness is the silent voice of one who truly understands themselves, who chooses peace over reaction and love over resentment. Affirmation number 5. Everything is temporary, so I will enjoy this moment. Anicca, impermanence, is one of the deepest truths the Buddha ever taught. Everything in this life is constantly changing, from the breath we take in to the fleeting emotions that pass through the mind. No joy lasts forever, and no sorrow remains for eternity. Everything is flowing, softly yet unavoidably, like a river passing through our hands, impossible to hold. If today you are walking through a difficult day, remember that it will also pass. If today you feel calm and light, be grateful for that moment, because it too will pass. It is impermanence that makes every second of life so precious. Nothing is everlasting, yet that very truth teaches us how to cherish the smallest things. A smile, a hug, a morning touched by golden sunlight resting on your shoulder. Look at this very morning. Feel your breath moving in and out. Hear the birds outside the window. See the first rays of sunlight gently painting the wall. This is not just a scene, it is a teaching. that everything you have right now is a gift of the present moment. You do not need to seek peace elsewhere, for it already exists here, in the space where you are truly present. Instead of resisting the flow of time, let yourself soften and move with it. Let your mind become like still water, grateful for every moment, no matter how small. When you stop trying to hold on and simply live fully in this moment, you will realize that peace has never left you. When we are truly present, peace naturally finds its way to us. The 5 morning teachings we have just walked through are not mere words, but seeds of peace and clarity planted within the heart each day. When you begin with gratitude, you open the door of your heart. When you learn to let go, you free yourself from the past. When you keep your mind calm, you become the master of your own being. When you respond with kindness, you spread love into the world. And when you realize that everything is impermanent, you learn to live fully in every moment. Peace and clarity are not things to be found, but qualities to be nurtured, one morning at a time. Calm and clarity are not found, they are cultivated, one morning at a time. Give yourself a small chance, just 7 days. Each morning, take a few minutes to repeat these 5 affirmations. Breathe deeply, feel them, and observe how your mind begins to change. You may realize that the world around you hasn't changed at all, but the way you see it has become softer and kinder. If one of these teachings has touched your heart, share it in the comments so we can spread peace together. Subscribe, follow, and continue on this journey of returning to clarity within, the path where every breath can become a step of meditation. Now, take a deep breath in, exhale gently, and allow your mind to rest in the stillness of the present moment. May your day be filled with peace, wisdom, and compassion.